want to break the equation this into partial fractions. Now, how do we do that? Now, you have to detect your denominators very well before you split them into partial fractions. Now, you have the first bracket, x squared minus 1 into x minus 1. Now, I want to remind you of something. If you have x squared minus y squared, this is called difference of two squares. This can be factorized into x plus y, x minus y, because this is a difference of two squares. All right. Now, this denominator is also a difference of two squares. You have x squared minus 1. Now, 1 is a perfect square, which can also be written as 1 squared. This can be factorized into x plus 1, x minus 1. All right. Now, so having that, this becomes what? 5x plus 1 over what? X plus 1 times x minus 1 times x minus 1. All right. So this alone is this multiplied by this. All right. Now, so this can also be written as, this is what? 5x plus 1 over, now you take your x plus 1. All right. Now, x minus 1, x minus 1, you have it in two places, so it can be written as x minus 1 what? Squared. Finally, if you want to split this into partial fraction, all right, splitting into partial fraction, splitting into partial fractions, all right, this becomes what? It becomes what? Now, it becomes 5x plus 1 over x plus 1, x minus 1 all squared will be equal to a over x plus 1 plus b over, now this is x minus 1 squared. All right. So when you have this case, what do? You take it as what? X minus 1 plus another, you take another constant again, and then you finally give it x minus 1 squared. Now, if it was x to the power of 3, all right, it will be x minus 1 plus c over x minus 1 squared plus d over x minus 3 minus 1 to the power of 3. So resolving this, it becomes this. All right. So now, what are we going to do? We are going to multiply through by the LCM. All right. We are going to multiply through by the LCM, which is, what's the LCM? All right. What's the LCM? The LCM is what? X plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 all squared. All right. X plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 all squared. So by the time we multiply through, so we're going to multiply this first term by this. We're going to have what? 5x plus 1 is equal to, now multiply this by this. X plus 1 will cancel x plus 1, so you'll be left with a into bracket what? X minus 1 all squared. Now multiply this by this. All right, you're going to have plus b into bracket. Now x minus 1 will take away 1 x minus 1, so you're going to be left with x plus 1 then x minus 1. All right, plus c into, now multiply this by this. All right, you are going to be left with x minus 1 squared takes away x minus 1 squared. You are going to be left with c into what? X plus 1. All right, that's what you are going to be left with. All right, so what do we do next? Now we're going to open this bracket, so it becomes what? 5x plus 1 is equal to, now opening this bracket, it becomes a into what? X squared minus 2x plus 1. All right, now this and this are what? Difference of two squares, so we can also write them as what? X squared minus 1. All right, now plus c times x gives us cx, c times 1 gives us what? C. All right, now we continue. We're going to have what? 5x plus 1 into, multiply this, becomes ax squared minus 2ax, all right, plus what? A, plus multiply this, bx squared what? Minus b plus what? Cx plus c. Now the method we are going to use to solve this partial fraction is comparing both sides. All right, we're going to use the method of comparing both sides. All right, that's the method we're going to use. So now moving on, what are we going to have? We're going to have what? That we're going to group the x squared terms, we're going to group the x terms and also the constant terms. So it becomes what? 5x plus 1 is equal to, now grouping the x squared terms, it becomes ax squared, all right, plus bx squared Now, we've grouped the x squared terms. Now, let's group the x terms. This is minus 2ax, then plus what? Cx. All right. Now, is there any other x term? No. Now, let's group the what? The constant. So, we have a minus b plus c. So, we have plus a minus b plus c. All right. This is what we have, plus a minus b plus c. So it becomes what? That we're going to compare what? Both sides. But before we compare both sides, let's factorize. So this becomes what? 5x plus 1, all right, is equal to, now I can factorize this and it becomes x squared into what? A plus b. All right, I can factorize this and it becomes what? Plus x into bracket what? Minus 2a plus c plus a minus b plus c. All right, so that's what it becomes. Now we're going to compare both sides. Compare both sides. We're going to compare both sides. Now, mind you, I can also manipulate this 5x plus 1 to be written as 0x squared plus 5x plus 1. All right. So I can manipulate 5x plus 1 to be written as 0x squared plus 5x plus 1. Meaning that if I'm comparing both sides, the x square will cancel the x square here, meaning that a plus b is equal to 0, equation 1. All right, meaning that comparing this now with this, x takes away x, so it means that minus 2a plus c is equal to what? 5, equation what? 2. Comparing this with this, a minus b plus c is a constant and 1 is a constant. It means that a minus b plus c is equal to 1. All right, so from here, from equation 1, we can have it that a is equal to, taking plus b to this side, minus b. All right, now we're going to substitute minus b here. All right, a is equal to minus b and minus b is equal to a. So anywhere we see minus b, you can put it as what? Plus a. So it becomes what? A plus c is equal to 1. All right, now so we have what? A plus a, that's what? 2a plus c is equal to 1. All right, let's call this equation, let's call this is equation 3. So let's call this equation 4. So what are we going to do now? We're going to add equation 2 and equation 4, because you can see minus 2a and plus 2a. So if we add them, they'll cancel out. So minus 2a plus 2a becomes 0. Then c plus c becomes 2c is equal to, now 5 plus 1 becomes what? 6. So divide both sides by 2, becomes c is equal to what? 6 over what? 2. So c is equal to what? 3. All right, now we can substitute c is equal to 3 into equation 2 so that we can get what? A. So this becomes what? That we're going to have what? Minus 2a plus what? 3 is equal to what? 5. Take this here, becomes minus 2a is equal to 5 minus 3. Minus 2a is going to be equal to 5 minus 3 gives us what? 2. Divide both sides by minus 2. You are going to have a is equal to what? Minus 1. All right, we're going to have a to be equal to minus 1. Now we found c, we found a. Now let's find b. Now you have a to be minus 1. All right, so putting it here, it becomes that minus 1 is equal to, now I want to find b. Putting a as minus 1 here, because minus 1 is equal to minus b. So minus will cancel minus. It means that b is equal to what? 1. All right, so have we found all our constants? Yes. So therefore we have it that a is equal to minus 1, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to 3. So now resolving our partial fractions. All right, resolving our partial fractions. Now let's finally resolve our partial fractions. What's it going to be? Now it's going to be what? Our partial fraction is finally going to be what? Now putting our constant here becomes what? Minus 1 over x plus 1 plus b, we got it as 1 over x minus 1. Now c, we got it as what? 3 over x minus 1 all squared. So this is going to be our final answer. So resolving this into partial fraction, we're going to get this as our answer. Make sure you like this video, share this video, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button, so when I upload more videos like this, you get notified.